Hello, everyone. Welcome to to the channel. I was about to say the challenge, because I have some myself, with the gear that I'm using, primarily with the internet connection, and recently with the sound with the microphone that I'm using. So I do apologize for those in advance if something happened with my connection, and for the sound that you are hearing. Good morning, News Devon. Hello, Yasmin. Welcome to the stream. I hope you hear me well, girls. Hmm. Hello, Delanda. Right, so tonight I'm going to do monthly, and it's going to be for the month of October, obviously. Yes, you did. You did, Yasmin. Uh, that's great. Because I'm not using my professional gear, so I'm working on fixing the problem. Problem is a cable, which it's type of a cable that isn't sold everywhere, so it's an unpleasant story. Anyway, so monthly reading, we're going to see how the month of October is going to be for all of us. What kind of experiences into the month of October the star signs are going to have, and how this is going to reflect on you as a representative of those star signs. But the collective reading overall for the month of October is as follow. I have drawn the cards previously a few hours ago. You can examine them for yourself on the thumbnail because they are posted there, but I'm going to show them to you in any case. In the first one, that is a Queen of Cups, followed by the second card, which is Judgment. And the third one, that will be Two of Cups. Hello, Allah. Oh, I hope you have a nice time here, and this stream makes it makes your night shift shorter, because when you have a good time, the time runs faster than when you are actually annoyed by the time you have. A month of friendships. Long story short, throughout the month, we will be able to build, that is, of course, if we choose to do so, we will be able to build really beautiful friendships, connections, and as well commitments with either newly found people or people that we are already are having mm, as a subjects of our social environment, business environment, or even, if you will, a intimate environment. Now, when I said friendships, that is just the first layer. I mean, obviously they can go much deeper than that, but because of that elemental dignity here, Queen of Cups with the Judgment card, even if you miss on some, this is going to be the end of the world. So these friendships that we can build throughout. This month, if we miss on any opportunity there, we definitely going to have a chance to fix that, maybe with another person on a later stage, but not less functional commitment further down the road into the future. So we shouldn't batter ourselves way too harshly if at some point. Throughout the next month, we realized that we could have ended up in a really nice foot with someone, but we misplayed our cards, because again, a similar chance will open up into the future for us. Now, for the people that we can attract in our environment, whether social, intimate, business environment, at least throughout the month, we really gonna have a nice connection with them. depending on the type of the relationship we're going to have with these people, because that connection will be um, what is the word here? Uh, I don't want to use deprived. Dev it's not devoted. Deva Devoid. Probably should I use? Yeah, it's going to be devoid by ego, is going to be devoid by um, shyness, if you will, is going to be devoid by a hierarchy as well. So these are going to be very equal-sided and balanced commitments and relationships that we're going to have, in which relationships everyone, including us, will be able to put the other one's shoes. If you will walk 10 miles with them, walk back and then kind of like render judgment on the situation and on the interaction with that person in general. So long story short, we will be able to grasp entirely the nature of the other side, as the other side will be able to grasp the nature of us, and thus there will be no misunderstanding. And the best of all that, it is that with these people, within the month, we will always going to be able to have shelter, if I may put it that way. So whenever we feel stressed, overwhelmed, overburdened, concerned, if you will, we can always spend some time with them and relieve ourselves from that pressure just by spending time with these people. And discretion. These commitments are going to be very, very discreet, and at least from the other side, and it will be best if we keep that discretion as well. So that was the collective reading. Oh, and as it's a general one, on a personal note, okay, but for the personal development in general, this is going to be a month where we are going to have peace. What I mean, it is that none will intermingle with our own affairs, or like try to influence in any way our own affairs, and that will give us a very nice environment in which we can pretty much plan, make plans for a future that we very much want. So the very least is going to be a month in which, can I put it to words, there will be no conflicts. Right. So that was the collective. Now there are going to be, there are going to be 12 readings, just like this one for each star sign. And I'm going to start with Aries, and I'm going to end up with Pisces, because I'm going to run down the ecliptic. And bear in mind that these are going to be generalized readings. For a personal one, you can go to my website, which link you can find in the description down below. And at my website, at the very first page of it, you can see full list of my services and as well their pricing. So based on your budget and also your needs, you can go for whichever one is going to suit you best. Now, other than that, if you do enjoy the show and you do wish to support it, only thing you have to do is subscribe for the channel. If you haven't already, leave a like, comment on the video as well, if you feel the need to do so. And if you know someone that this video may help them, you can share the video with them as well. And if you do wish to support the channel financially, you can do so using Super Chat or a PayPal, which link you can find in the description down below. And anyone who does so is going to have a personalized reading at the end of the stream, like Yasmin did. Yasmin, thank you for the 20 US dollars. Thank you, Yasmin. Allah Al Safar, thank you for, hold on a second, for the 639 US dollars. Thank you. And to top it all off, will be 499 pounds, £5. Thank you. Hold on a second. Yes, I will do so, Allah. Let me go put you into the list. Okay. A second. All right. So the first star sign that I'm going to read for, this is going to be Aries, and you can keep up what star sign I'm reading for through the illustration and the glyph that it is displayed right there. And so the first one, that will be Aries. Let me shuffle, and let's have a look what month of October Aries are going to have. All right, the first card for Aries, Three of Wands, the Lovers, and then is Four of Cups. So the month of October for you, Aries, is the month where you're gonna be now feeling ready for more. And this isn't just ready for more because um, someone or something is gonna give you more. It's like feeling ready for more to conquer and to make a conquest of. So throughout the month of October is the likelihood for you to figure out some kind of challenges for yourself to again to conquer and to overcome is going to be very, very common, and that is because the things that you're handling right now are going to feel like walk in the park, right? The procedures at work, the interactions with your friends, it will feel like uh, too much of an unestablished patterns, giving you no satisfaction of achievement, of accomplishment, and of basically making progress and making gains. And that's why you will aim higher, or you're gonna start aiming higher throughout the month of October. So simply said, what you are currently developing and the fruits of your labor are not going to be enough anymore. The only question and the only problem for you is going to be what to target, what should be your aim, because you're going to have always more than one option, but you won't be able to target both of your options. That is no different than dating simultaneously two people at the same time. That is going to be impossible. You got to choose either the one that your heart tells you you should, or the one that your brain tells you you should, right? Just for example, but you can't date both at the same time. And the advice of the cards is to follow the one that you feel to follow the one option that you feel more harmonious with, no matter what anyone tells you, and no matter as well what your intuition tells you. The one that you feel more harmonious, that fits better with your lifestyle, should be, and in generally with your life, should be the one that you should face. On a personal level, month of October, whatever anticipations and whatever expectations you do have for throughout the month to take place, they all are going to come true. Okay, next, that will be Taurus. the Wheel of Fortune, the High Priestess, the Eight of Swords. These three cards are speaking for a very specific situation that will happen to each one of you. Hey, Taco, welcome to the stream, mate. I have no idea what it means, but I saw the pictures you sent me, and yeah, I would live there. So back to Taurus. You have guys and girls, you ever had a situation in which you knew that, oh my God, how can I put that to words? Um, it's kind of like there is, my God, that is so difficult to explain. Oh, it's like a situation in which your code of conduct dictates for you to take an option which every logic screams that is going to be the wrong option. Okay, but you just can't put yourself not to take the option. And this time around, into the month of October, your gambit will pay off. And you know, because I do love playing video games, I was about to give you an example with it, but I'm not gonna do that because it's gonna sound a bit alien to all of you. But think of it that way, you know, like you meet a guy or a woman, depending on your preferences, throughout the months of October, and every logic tells you that this person isn't good for you. However, your code of conduct dictates you that kind of like you should give it a go. It's a conflict of what your stereotypes and also your principles tells you against the logic. And if you follow your principles, then you will make a very positive, maybe once in a lifetime change in your life. Could be also your job. And the option may be kind of like different. Some kind of a job may show up, may appear, and every logic tells you that you gotta take the job. However, there is something in it that is against a restriction you have bestowed upon yourself, because the leading force here for you, Taurus, is going to be some kind of a restriction. Either you don't want to go out with smokers, either you just don't work after hours and whatnot, and it is more of a option of denial rather than option of acceptance here for you. And taking on that option, which the logic is firmly against, but your code of conduct dictates it, again, this time is going to pay off, and you will force a very, very positive, maybe once in a lifetime change in your life. And your life is going to stir big time, all right? It's just things are going to start happening one after another, and it's not going to be boring anymore. It's not going to be uneventful. It's not going to be mundane, but colorful, immaculate, and versatile. And that is just only by following your principles and your code of conduct. All right. Well, with the Xbox, there is a complication. I don't have internet, Taco. So we might have to wait on that. Chandra, thank you for the 20. Thank you, Chandra. Let me put you into the list. Into the list. And Taco as well. Taco, thank you for the 22. Thank you, Taco. Thank you for again for the $22. Let me put you into the list. Right, Jasmine, thank you for the 20. Thank you, Jasmine. At the end of the stream, you guys and girls are gonna have a reading. 1 second. Okay, right. So next one will be Gemini. Oh yeah, and I do apologize if it stutters time to time. Again, like I said, there is a big issue with the internet right now, and I have no idea when it's going to be fixed. Simply, my provider doesn't want to fix it. Well, I'm playing time to time on my computer because, again, without internet, the Xbox is just, a box. Four of Swords, Knight of Swords, and then it's Page of Pentacles. Hmm. Well, for you, Gemini, month of October is going to be all about setting your associates. And this is going to be a month where you're going to have a lot of interactions, a lot of conversations with different type of people, sieving out those that can be useful and those which simply cannot keep up. They all can be useful, but some of them won't be able to keep up with you, while others will be able to give you options that simultaneously work for you and are options which you would gladly take. And amongst them, you will find more than just a one faithful companion that you can console with whenever you are feeling in predicament, whenever you are struggling with one thing or another, and that person will always going to be able to present you with a solution that again simultaneously is going to work, and it will be something that you would like to execute. Bottom line, it is that you are going to aim, or rather like the result of this sieve or sieving will be that you associate yourself with a type of people that are going to be more aligned simultaneously to your mental state, like your intellect, yeah, like your logic, like your cunning, if you will, and to your emotions as well. And you are going to leave those which are way too ossified in their beliefs, in their goals, and in their understanding of the world behind. So that's the main topic for the month of October for you, Gemini. Next one, that will be Cancer. Page of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles. Whoosh. Right, so pretty specific, and you will end up being guided by a someone who is far ahead in life, like someone who has a lot of money, they have a lot of properties. They basically they have settled themselves, and not just only themselves, but their children and their grandchildren, right? None of them needs to work a single day in their lives. This is the kind of person we talk about. And that one will help you discover wealth. So what we do have here is a possibility which you aren't exploring, but it is a possibility that awaits for you, like a possibility of a job or a possibility of a place you can live, or possibility of a private business. This is going to be strictly individual, depending on what you're going through right now, or maybe a possibility of a date as well. And that person will help you, or kind of like is going to open your eyes for that possibility, for that rare opportunity to further your goal. And whether your goal is money, then that possibility is going to be of a lucrative business maneuvers that will provide you with a monetary wealth. If you are into love right now, then we're talking about a possibility of harmoniously flowing relationship, which is going to open up a wealth, an emotional wealth for you. But again, a person who is far ahead in life will be the one who is going to open up your eyes for that possibility. So that is a month where it is imperative for you to listen to people that have accomplished more than you in life. Yeah. Next one, Leo. And by the way, Cancer, I'm not saying that to mock you or to patronize you in any way. It doesn't matter how much you have. In this world, there is always someone that has more than you in one or another department. Because you may have all the money in the world, okay, but you may be very miserable when it comes to intimacy or personal life in general. You may have a fantastic personal life, but you may be kind of poor in finances. Just there is none single person that has it all simply. There is always again balance in the universe. And people mistake balance for equilibrium. These are two different things. Right. So, um, Leo, next. All right. First one, the magician, the moon, and then the third one, that will be eight of swords. Simply, your stubbornness is going to pay off. in the month of October. These cards are speaking about something either you have wrapped around your finger or you're about to do that you will really, really want to do. And not just only the people around you, but the circumstances as well will try to sway you off it. Like, will try to convince you not to do it. Either the circumstances are always going to be disfavorable, or the people are going to talk you against that goal or target or whatever you are going to wrap around your finger. It could be also your emotions may kind of like play games with you, and whenever you feel that you are about to make a step forward and start initiating this plan, say, to feel kind of like bad about it and to feel very uncertain about it. But your stubbornness, for by the look of those cards, is going to overcome every uh, drawback attempt from either the universe or the faith, if you believe in faith, or the people around you. And eventually, maybe at the start of the month, it could be at the middle of the month, but you will make the first step and you will make everyone to sigh in awe, because that's going to be one of the best execution you have ever made. It's one of the best execution, which as a payoff, the very least, you will build personal sovereignty, so you will become very special, and people will like you more, far, far more than the state they're liking you now. This is going to be I don't know if that's a word in English, like furor, that is the ultimate success. Right, next one, Virgo. Four of Cups, Nine of Swords, Ten of Swords. Now I'm gonna need a minute. It's a tough one. All right, it's a tough month. So the month, for the most part, is gonna go extremely ordinary. That is not to say that it's not going to be productive. Just on the contrary, it's just everything you do will be into within the normal range. So for the 99% of the time throughout the month, you can expect simply um, unanticipated results with one or another thing. But there is going to be that moment in which something will be offered to you, and the offer is not going to be by a person, it's going to be by a chance, by a set of random circumstances, or just because you are at the right time with the right people at the right place. But there is going to be something offered to you. And the idea of it is gonna freak you the hell out. Whether because if you fail, the consequences are gonna be devastating, whether because you think that it is a very big piece for you to chew up and swallow down, whether because it's your anticipation or kind of like your estimate that it is beyond your limits. And the reason that every single one is going, the common reason that every single one is going to be freaked out about it is that once you say yes, there is no um, pulling back from it. It's just there is no kill switch in it. When you say yes, it is a thing you have to carry on with, no matter what. So the choice is going to be yours. You want to have an ordinary life, or you want to take a risk and reach greater heights. And when I say greater heights, these are going to be far, far greater heights. But not every one of you are going to be able to be successful. So that's going to be the moment where you should measure your strength carefully and render your judgment based on a logic rather than based on emotion and passion. Okay, next, Libra. So you're going to have a big chance, Virgo, but not every one of you will be able to be successful in taking that chance and in developing the chance as well. For Libra, Seven of Wands, Six of Swords, Five of Wands. Very similar to Virgo, but your circumstances are going to be far, far better. So while, and I'm sorry for the comparison, but you may have a very similar situations, and yours is specific to the one that I gave as an example to Virgo, ending up with the right people at the right time in the right place. Okay. So somewhere throughout the month, every single one of you is going to end up in that situation. And it will be a natural instinct for you to take on the chance. Now, taking on the chance is going to do three things for you. Okay. One is that it will get you much closer to a wishful result, or should I say, to a dream of yours. Is going to help you to traverse a threshold that you wouldn't be able to, whether a monetary threshold, whether a influential threshold, whether a hierarchy, a threshold of hierarchy. Okay. The second thing that is going to do for you is going to allow you to transform a failing situation into a successful one. So a project, for example, a project that it is failing, you ending up with the right people at the right time in the right place, and through these people, you are able to basically reverse the process of this project, and a failing one, you are transforming it into a successful one. So the third thing that this is going to do for you is win you enemies. These are people that will simply want your place, they will want what you have, and they will try to sabotage you, at least at first. Usually, the start of operations is through gossips and through rumors, like how unfaithful you are, how scummy you are, and so on. But they wouldn't have the courage, at least at first, to tell it in your presence or while you are in presence or straight away in your face. And that is why it's important for you, Libra, throughout the month of October, whenever you hear something that simply isn't true about you, challenge it right away. Because these kind of attacks through these cards have a tendency to escalate very quickly, and very quickly the lie becomes stronger than the truth and kills the truth. So yeah, I mean, you need to have that readiness, not just only to jump into action and to take on the opportunity, but also to have that readiness to challenge the fallacies which are going to be spread in your are going to be spread about you. Okay, next one, that will be Scorpio. The Tower, the Ace of Swords, the Queen of Wands, a minute. Man, that's a really bad news for Scorpio. Really bad news. Um, oh, let me get a glass of water. Actually, I'm drinking from a mug. You probably are gonna laugh out hard when you see it. Just I can't bother, filling up my cup every single time. So sorry about that. Right, for Scorpio, uh, it's a month where we are going to recognize that there is someone that is simply far better than we are. That is one way, or that is a one manifestation of that energy that I'm holding here in my hands. Now, the other is a very jealous person who simply wants to ruin things we build. And that is more common when it comes to relationships. If you are in one, you have to be very um, protective in your relationship because that may be someone, and it is very likely to be someone that simply wants either you or your partner for themselves. And they will try through their jealousy and through their actions to bring down your relationship. Okay. And that is a person who definitely knows how to push buttons. They know uh, our weak points because I'm Scorpio as well. So they do know our weak points. They do know as well what we want. And they're going to use every advantage we have. Now, the good thing, because of that element of dignity here, Tower card with the uh, Ace of Swords, it is that we're immediately gonna know who that one is, right? So there will be no secret what this Queen of Wands, that may be a man as well, it doesn't have to be just a woman, right? Wants and how he or she is planning to um, acquire it. And also, we are going to know what our options truly are. Also, a good thing about the Ace of Swords and the Tower card, it is that we will have the advantage here to make the first conversation or conversations, whether with our spouse, whether with our boss, okay, or whether with our friends. There is definitely going to be some kind of destruction. How big that destruction is going to be, that will depend on how well we play our cards. Whether a competitor who is going to take something we have, or whether a jealous person who wants something we have, this is a month of conflict for us, Scorpio, and we should take it for what it is rather than turn a blind eye on it and really fight for what we have. Okay, next one, Sagittarius. Five of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, Three of Cups. That is a really, really good thing about Sagittarius because it's about the hard choices, okay, that you had to make maybe recently, maybe not that recently, but bottom line, it is that these are a choices that are producing either losses or they are producing a disappointment, but they were a choices that someone had to do and you did them. And into the month of October, either you're going to have to make that kind of choices that, and if that's your case, then you are going to be pushed to make them by a person who went through the same thing and they very well know what they are doing. They're telling you, look, dude, or look, girl, that is what you got to do if you want to have any progress in one or another thing, or that is what you got to do if you want us to have a functional relationship, because it is about partnership at the end of the day here with a Five of Cups to the Three of Cups. So we're talking about a shared future and future that you both see the same way, but in order that future to take place, a compromise will be required from your part at that stage. And whether you have already made those decisions and right now you're kind of like disappointed and you feel like you're losing stuff around, or whether you're about to make them, what you need to know and what month of October is going to make clear for you, it is that these were the right choices. And these disappointments that you are going through right now, or these senses of losses that you are experiencing right now, they are temporary. And you will be able to recover into the future. This is just the cons that you are experiencing, but the pros are going to come very, very soon, soon to you. And these are a necessary sacrifices so you can open bigger possibilities for yourself in the future. Okay, next, Capricorn. The Tower, again. Four of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. Mm, That's a difficult one for interpreting. Give me a minute. This is about leaving a sinking ship. So you will have that option into the month of October, whether a project you're working on is a sinking ship or the company you're working for is a sinking ship, maybe your relationship is a sinking ship. And you will have the option, like I said, to leave it, to leave that sinking ship throughout the months of October. It's going to be a difficult step, though, because with that Four of Cups, it does look like that you do have some kind of emotional attachment, actually a strong emotional attachment, and no one can blame you for it. At the end of the day, that is something you have built from scratch, and you'll keep up building it. But the problem with all that is that there is no more room for building anymore. So you have only two options, whether to drown with it or to leave it. And it's a tough option in front of you. I mean, it's a tough choice. Now, luckily for you, I don't know if it is about education, Yarabi. Now, luckily for you, there will be someone that is going to show up from your past. Maybe an old friend, an old acquaintance, someone that you had a really meaningful conversations with, that you have lost touch with, but they're going to show up again, and that is someone who will give you some kind of sense of stability into the situation in one or another version of it. And it will make you feel very comfortable making that step of leaving this sinking ship. But it's just the mindset of yours should be that you need something better for yourself. Oh, you mean, oh, you're a teacher. Oh, okay. I get it. I thought that you were meaning your own education. Well, Yarabi, sadly, the education is a sinking ship everywhere. I mean, my mother is a teacher or was a teacher before she retired. And for what she was telling me, it's awful. And every time when I went uh, and go down the street through a school, right, go pass by a school, and I see these days pupils, oh God. I mean, there is probably one or two exceptions, from a, say, 25 children's class. There is probably two or three that are really studying with understanding. Because one thing is to study like we're calling it like a bird, let's put it that way. Kind of like memorizing word for word your lesson, and then kind of like recite it in front of your teacher just to get an A. Another thing is to understand what you are reading and just deliver, right? And so there could be two or three children in one class that can do that. The rest, they are in school just because their parents wants them to be, not because they want to be at school. And that is a trend that was uh, in my time as well. And if you ask me, I didn't want to be in school, and I regret that every single day. Recently, I was talking with my girlfriend about what could you change, and that was the thing I would have changed about my life: to study more. Not because I don't like my state right now, but I in the recent years, I found out that I love studying. Maybe not about everything, because I hate studying, say, geography. I hate studying, I don't know, um, What else? Languages as well. I hate studying languages. English, I learned from communicating with you guys, but it's just I hate studying languages. But math, astronomy, history, I love studying those. Biology. Yeah, that is because they do not understand it. Okay. It's important to be able to understand. Yeah, biology is great. Aquarius. No, I don't know why I skipped Aquarius. My rising sign. Seven of Wands for Aquarius. Two of Cups. And then is Ace of Pentacles. So probably we're talking about work because what those cards are saying is that throughout the month of October, you're going to get far ahead from your peers. I mean, much, much further ahead from your peers, which will create, a sense of jealousy in them, and unconsciously there will be an attempt for sabotage, for sabotaging your work or your negotiations, your place in general, primarily at work or say as well with your clients. They're going to be just, your peers wouldn't be able to keep up with one or two aspects at work and in your job. And so that is something that you're going to stand out with, which is going to make you a preferable asset and probably the asset for that is going to be up for promotion, which you can guess that this isn't going to be something that your peers are going to favor. And if it is not about your peers, could be about your friends, that you will be the preferable subject for dating rather than them, which is not going to be something that they will like, and jealousy is going to sparkle. But basically, Aquarius, month of October is a month where you're going to shine above everyone else that you are associated with. And this is going to be a double-edged sword. Right. And last but not least, we have Pisces. Queen of Wands, the Emperor, Nine of Wands. So, month of October is a month where you're going to be given a lot of freedom. Actually, these cards read differently when it comes to personal life and business life. So we're going to take on the business life first. A lot of freedom in terms of business, in terms of your tasks. because your tasks are going to be very, very important and not to shy away from, but you are going to be probably the only person who can do the job. And that's why you're going to be given a lot of freedom, how you want to do your job, how to make your schedule, how to make your day-to-day routine, and which people should work with you if at all you decide to take on people to work with you. But for as long as you do not show any weakness, you are consistent and you are reliable, you will prevail into the task, the challenge, or the project that it is bestowed upon you. When it comes to personal life, I don't know what exactly you're going to do about yourself, whether your attire is going to change, whether your stature is going to change, maybe your makeup, but you will become very, very attractive. And throughout the month of October, in more than one occasion, you're going to end up attracting the right person for you, whether the right person for business, for dating, for friendship, whatever the case. The only issue is that this person will find you very difficult to approach by presence. So you're going to give an impression that you don't need anyone. I mean, that you are self-sufficient and that you don't have time to waste with, with someone else. But eventually someone is going to approach you, and how you're going to take on that will define what kind of relationship you can and will have in the future. Okay, so that was for the 12th. And now I'm going to take on the super chat. So anyone who supported and is about to support the stream through super chat, you guys and girls are about to have a reading, personalized reading. Should your super chat carries no inquiry, the reading is going to be about what the month of October is going to be for you. So I'm going to start with Yasmin, but a couple of minutes to catch up my breath first. So yeah, Taco, there are quite a few games that I'm missing on right now, day one, which is a real shame. And I do hope that the situation will resolve in about a couple of weeks. But I'm very, very disappointed. Very disappointed. And that is the biggest the biggest provider in Bulgaria, and it's one of the best in the world. Could you believe it? And it's just, uh, we are calling on phone, going in their offices and whatnot, and they're saying to us that, we should have an internet. I mean, the problem is fixed, and it just there is no internet. And because of their own rules, they can't do anything about it. It's just because it says it fixed, they just can't do anything more than that. And it's very discouraging. MT, thank you for the 20. Thank you. Let me put you into the list. You're about to have a reading. Okay, so Yasmin, those are your cards. Let me take on the um, camera preview so I make sure you see the cards. So those are your cards, Yasmin. And month of October is going to be the month where you're going to finalize some kind of a family matters, matters with either your elders or a member of your family that are playing the elders role. And this finalization is going to open up money for you, some kind of money for you. Maybe just for example, you may sell a family property and you can take chunk of from the money. Okay, kind of like finalizing that sell, and chunk of the money are going to come to you or some kind of other business within the family, but this is going to unlock, so to speak, um more financial options for you. And these financial options will make you look at life in different ways. So basically, you're going to change your opinion and your position about one thing or another. And at least according to these cards, the first idea that you're going to have is to use those finances to make a positive change in your life. And the advice of the cards, Yasmin, is not to use them selfishly. Okay. I don't know what that means, but just not to use them for uh, a, a goal that suits only you and is into detriment to everyone else. That is how I understand it. But that is going to be the most important thing that happens to you within the month of October. Other than that, throughout the month, you're going to there is going to be a balance. Well, it's still something, but other than that, the month will be fulfilling. Is the best is the best expression that I can find, because there is always going to be a balance in between what you get and what you put in, and you won't be feeling kind of like um robbed or exploited. Well, you know what I use. I'm not showing it, but that doesn't mean that I'm not using it. I'm using it into my weekly readings as well that I'm posting on YouTube. I'm not going to post this week because of the technical difficulties, but I'm using it there and as well. That's why I can be so specific. Uh, and I'm not showing it here because I don't want people start playing and messing around with this system because it's freaking scary, all right? It's just whatever it shows, it happens. You're welcome, Yasmin. Right. Allah, you want advice about a person that pulled away. You are dating for a month, but he pulled away, so you want some advice. Let's have a look. Those are cards. Make him jealous in quick succession by showing him that life can be better without him. Best way you can do that is for him to see you with other guys. That is, it's pretty trivial, but it's very sound advice by those cards. I mean, they're screaming about that. That is the advice you can have about, you know, if you want that guy back. Make him see that, you know, you can have peak of experiences with other guys, and he isn't the only one in the world. And that actually is his loss if he doesn't kind of like put some efforts into you. Right, next, Taco. The other way, actually, before I go to Taco, uh, the other way that you can kind of like improve your status with him, which I seriously debated telling it, but I will, you know, that's just my code of conduct abides me by it, is to fulfill his criterias. But if you go down that road, Allah, this is going to be a never-ending string of requirements, and they will grow in um, in volume and in quantity and in quality as well, to a point where they will be ridiculous. I mean, the demands and the criterias and they will become ridiculous. A criterias that, you know, only, for example, um, someone that it is as beautiful as Mr. Universe and as rich as Elon Musk can have. So I do not advise you to go down that road. Then this isn't about playing hard to get, empty. This is about showing that life can be better without you. You know, I mean, you aren't a, yes, you are a nice quirk in addition to my life, but if you think that, you know, I will basically make my life revolve around you, oh, you guessed wrong this time around. Right, next, Taco. I mean, those are cards. They're the other system cards. The book, the clouds in the heart. Okay. I was worried about it's still worrisome, but could have been far worse. So those are your tarot cards. And some kind of a secret is going to be revealed that will create problems in your relationship in between you and your wife. And the first thing I thought is that your wife is keeping secrets from you. You're going to find about them. And this is going to be a point of a severe conflict, but I was wrong. It's not your wife, it's someone else that is kind of like withholding some kind of an information or withdrawing or is keeping some kind of a secret, which directly impacts your relationship, both of you. It impacts both of you. And it will come to light throughout the month of October. So the month of October is going to be a test how much you carry for each other, for example, and how much you are willing to pull your own weight, both of you, within the relationship. Because I don't know how exactly, but that is exactly what is going to be required. Okay. And just when it comes to decisions about your marriage, think of the worst that can happen whenever you are about to make a choice. And if you can't handle it, and you're thinking, well, yeah, that's the worst thing, but it probably won't happen, you should not do it. So, yeah, yeah, but there is something that is gonna show up, right, into the month of October. For example, just for example, it may come out that, I don't know, someone from our family simply doesn't like you and love you and just doesn't want to be just doesn't want you to be around her. And that's going to be the moment where because this is going to be a problem for the relationship, okay? And it's going to be the moment where we should take your side rather than, their side. No, it's not a secret that she's keeping, it's someone else's. Or you, it's a mutual, it's someone that you both know. And it doesn't, yeah, it's still a secret. So month of October is going to be a test of how much you love each other. All right, so next, Chandra, you have a 10 weeks challenge ahead, and you want to know whether that challenge is gonna set you back or is gonna turn favorable for you. Let's have a look. Hey, Rocky, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the 28 Canadian. Mwah. Thank you, Rocky. Let me put you into the list. Chandra, I need to know, what do you hope to accomplish with it in order to be able to gauge whether it's going to set you back? Those are your cards, pretty serious ones. Okay. So I need to know, what do you hope to accomplish with that challenge? I'll wait for a couple of minutes for you to answer me. All right. This is what I fear to hear. Your your business will survive if you carry on with that challenge. It will survive, but it won't be in your favor. The way that the business is going to survive, at least according to these cards, is going to be kind of like on a borrowed time all the time. It's like chasing your tails, at least for the next 6 months, maybe to 1 year. After that, it may take off, okay, and may fix itself, or you may fix it. But in order to make a real progress and everything to work in your favor, at least according to these cards, it requires something fresh in it to replace a service with another one, or to replace an office, or to replace a staff, to replace something that is simply a dead weight in it. Oh, maybe 10 years now. Yeah, maybe 10 or 9 years. Well, you have a choice. Well, you have a choice how to go about it. Okay. This if you Here is the thing, Chandra. Throughout these 10 weeks, you will have your moment. Okay, something is gonna happen and it will be through a big chaos. Like no one is gonna know what is going on, and there are gonna be super random circumstances, left, right, and center, and that's gonna be your moment where you can take a risk and make your breakthrough. But this breakthrough is only gonna borrow time rather than fix the issue. In order to fix the issue, it is where the death card comes in, and that is when you kind of like let go of things which are in flux and that are simply not working anymore. That may be a code of conduct. I mean, you know your business. I don't know your business. So you know what doesn't work anymore and it's just a compromise. Like you may be holding on to a person that is working for you, just for example, which you love like a son or like a daughter, but that person simply sucks and it's costing you money. So it doesn't matter how much you love them, they gotta go. And they need to be replaced with someone competent just for example here. So it's not about you having a choice whether you should take on that challenge or not, but how you are going about it. It's the thing. And there is an aspect to your business that, at least according to these cards, they simply need to go. Okay, but you will be able to push through. That is how you're gonna feel after these 10 weeks, that you have pushed it through. All right, next, Jasmine. You mean the one that sucks? Oh, there is always someone like that, isn't it? All right, Jasmine, your turn. Time to face the music. Yeah, you do. All right, Jasmine, those are your cards. I know that you keep saying that you don't have friends. Well, you're about to. Month of October is a month where you are going to befriend someone, not on not on an emotional basis, okay? But on a mental basis. What I mean is that you're going to have a lot of topics which you agreed upon. There is going to be that unique quality of the friendship where you wouldn't be shy to say what you think to one another straight away, right in the face, without kind of like being angry to one another, all right, without kind of like holding grudges to one another. And this is going to be, at least according to the cards, a very, very healthy friendship. Very healthy friendship. And this friendship is going to allow you to explore a expanding energies of growth, whatever that means. That is what the cards are pretty much saying. And is gonna fix you on certain opinions and certain positions about your future expansion. Okay. Another thing that you can expect just on a personal level for the month of October is to come up with an options that will make you very successful. Now, whether you are going to execute those options or not, it's entirely up for you to decide. Next, that will be MT. The hell? You're welcome, Jasmine. Probably MT, you haven't heard me say that, but I have no clue what these Lenormand cards want to say. Uh, they literally say the adventure is gonna open up a secret path, and it is a path. Those are the three tarot cards to it, and it is with them it is something far bigger than what you are handling right now. it may not be just only adventure, either adventure, traveling, or inheritance is gonna open up a bigger path. So this path is gonna be very challenging. Take it as a challenging undertaking that will push you to your limits. All right, an exception. You can see them. This is going to be an exception. Those are the cards. Right. So, yeah, I showed them to you. Uh, this is going to be a challenging undertaking, which you will feel compelled to take on. That is going to be the reason why you wouldn't like it, at least at first. It's gonna suck away the fullness of life, the joy, and probably the free time that you may be enjoying right now, but also is going to improve the established patterns which you are sitting on, business patterns most likely, or monetary patterns, and it will allow you to set your expectations high. So month of October, it's a month of a challenge which you cannot avoid. You just have to take it. Yeah, they are very colorful. But you have to take it, and that will make your life more dynamic, far more than what you would like to. You know, some people complain that they have nothing to do and that they are having a boring life, you know, and nothing is happening in their life. Well, you won't be one of them into the month of October. I mean, you will at some point you would gladly switch your place with one of those, with one of these people that are complaining that they do have a boring life. All right, next one, Rocky. Oh, and you are welcome, Chandra. Yeah. By the way, what happened from the last reading? Have you restored communication? Have you start talking to each other? Yeah, you're welcome, MT. So it came true. All right, Rocky, month of October. Those are the three cards we have for you. It concerns your home. I need to ask you, Rocky, are you on the rent or you own your place? And if you do, whether you are living with a man, or if you are renting, whether your landlord is a man. Which one of those is? I will wait for a couple of minutes for you to answer. That's great. Empty. Oh, you're most very welcome, Empty. Mm, you're most very welcome. All right, so Rocky, you're probably not around. So I'm gonna go general. Uh, there is a man of authority that has authority over the place you're living in. So that's why I asked whether you are having a landlord, which is a man, or you are living with a man. And this man is going to present you with an option how to fix things in between you two, or an option how to fix things with your estate, all right, with your domain, with the real estate that you are living in. And the options are quite so many. You may need renovation, and your landlord gives you an option about a renovation, or maybe your boyfriend or spouse or husband, if you are living with one, can give you an option how that can happen, you know. But basically, that is a man who holds the cards. It depends on him, right? Whether this is going to happen or not. So they're going to give you an option, and this option will be like a miracle, so you wouldn't believe your ears, what you're hearing, because it's going to be a really good one. And it is going to be swayed by their mood, right? So it's important that you take it right away instead of kind of like saying, okay, so have you heard my question to you since you got frozen? Because I asked you, Rocky, whether that we are, okay, so that is a person that you are. So yeah, so that's the person that you are living with. So he's going to present you with an option about that concerns the house you own, right? And like I said, it's going to be a miracle, but it's going to be swayed either by his mood or by the circumstances that he is finding himself in. And the option is going to be really, really, really good, though it will be very challenging option for you. So I don't know what you will end up planning with that man. Like I said, you may be planning to renovate, you may be planning to sell that property and buy a new one, whatever the case. But they will going to present you with an option, or this person is going to present you with an option. And while challenging, it has a potential to deliver big time. Okay, that is what we have here for you, and how month of October is going to be marked for you. And make no mistake here, Rocky, you will be annoyed by the whole thing because it will be kind of stressful. And when I say stressful, I mean more stress than you would kind of like assess that it's worth it. Like more stress than it needs to be. Okay. And last but not least, we do have Muse Devon with the question, does this guy likes me? Guy that you have met on a party last night. Let's have a look. What impression you made? If these cards are to be believed, News Devon, the guy doesn't simply likes you, it yearns. Okay, this goes beyond liking. Okay, the guy yearns. And now if you like the guy, try to make contact. And things should skyrocket in between the two. Right, guys and girls, this is gonna do it for tonight. Yeah, it's really strong combo, right? Really, really strong one. So hopefully things work out in between you and him. All right, guys and girls, this is gonna do it for tonight. Thank you so much for watching, and as well, thank you so much for your generosity. Thank you. We're going to see each other next Sunday. Actually, next Thursday. What I am talking about next Thursday, which is 2nd of October. So, on Thursday, the topic of the live stream is going to be Mercury in Scorpio, because Mercury is going to enter in Scorpio at the 6th of October. So, I'm going to do it at the 2nd. And so, if you care to know how this transit is going to reflect on you and on your star sign, you can join me at Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where the usual forecast and after that super chat is going to be led. And until then, bye.